What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Manny Reads Comics. Today, I'm going to be talking about Justice League 67. And unfortunately, after today, I'm going to be dropping Justice League as a title. Never thought that I would be dropping Justice League. I'm a huge DC fan, so I always feel like Justice League is something that you need to have if you're going to be a DC fan. But I hate to use this, but Brian Michael Bendis has really ruined it and the story. Maybe I'll pick it up in the next series if it starts at a new number one, which most likely it will. But this one here is just not doing it for me. And after this story, this issue, I give it a 2 out of 5, and it just wasn't great. The negatives definitely outweighed the positives. Um, Real quick, the quick summary, quick rundown. This is the end of the arc where Synmar attacks the Hall of Justice. Um, and so far, he's just been holding the whole Justice League back. The United Order showed up, and he's been able to beat them back. And it got to the point where Batman said, "Hey, Clark, it's time that we use this." And it's a huge buildup to something. Clark keeps saying, like, "No, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that." And in the end, it literally is just the Phantom Zone projector. Yeah, it was such a huge buildup for no reason. But Batman brings out the Phantom Zone projector, uses it on Synmar, and he is defeated. He's taken to the Phantom Zone, and we're left with the destruction, the aftermath, and the United Order says, "Hey, we want that, uh, the projector," and the Justice League immediately is like, "No, that's not happening," and that's pretty much it. That's the end of this issue. This issue had a couple more things, which we will definitely get into in a second. But if that's all you really were here for, that's it right there. 2 out of 5. Not that great of a story. Not that great of an ending. Um, Other than that, this is where you can stop listening. From now on, I'm going to go into complete spoilers, complete details about everything that happened page by page. But if you're not down for that, make sure you subscribe here, comment anything below. If you feel like I should definitely still give it a chance after this, let me know and try to convince me at least. But I'm pretty set on just dropping this in general. But diving into the actual book, it opens up with Leonardo Lane, aka Damon Rose. I guess he is part of Checkmate, and he's kind of healing his wounds. He's taking some bullets out of his shoulder. He gets a call from Lois Lane, and Lois wants to know why he was distracting the Justice League members, aka Green Arrow and Black Canary, while the Hall of Justice was being attacked. And he doesn't know what she's talking about. That's all Lois Lane needed to absolve him of that crime. But he is still confused. Like, what, the Hall of Justice was under attack? What happened? And she just hangs up, continues to go. But I don't understand why he's such a focus right now. I personally don't care about him. I don't care about Checkmate. So maybe that's where I'm losing my connection to it. But Checkmate, I was looking forward at the other issues. And this is another reason why I'm dropping it, is because Checkmate versus Justice League is coming up. And I don't know much about Checkmate, so I do not care. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, but the art that we've been seeing, especially the art in this issue and the art that's going to come up, I'm not a fan of. So that's just another negative, and that's another reason why I'm dropping this book. But then, anyways, moving on to the story, we go back to the Hall of Justice. Synmar is continuing his attack. He's just holding everybody back easily, not even sweating it. And then we do Batman reveals it that he powers up with power. So the more power gets thrown at him, the more powerful he is. He's almost like the Hulk, but it's not anger based, I guess. Um, but he's just, as the battle prolongs, he gets stronger, and that's the issue. And that's why Batman really wanted to use the Phantom Zone projector on him, because there's really no other choice. And he's already made it very clear that he is there to take over the world. He is not there to be a benevolent ruler or anything like that. He wants to destroy the world. He wants to destroy Superman, and that's the bottom line. So it makes no sense for Superman to say, no, we don't need to go to that last resort yet. We don't need that. Another issue I have with this issue is that there's a lot of talking going on. The United Order, they are introducing themselves. Like Hawkslayer is like, "Hi, I'm Hawkslayer. Here are my stats. This is why I am the ruler of the United Order." Blah blah blah. Prince the Rep, like I'm a Tamaranian. I think that's how you pronounce it. But he's just basically saying who he is and why he joined the United Order. But there is a battle going on right now, and Synmar is more than enough of a threat for you to know, like, this is not the time for conversation. And yet that is all they're having. Like, they are just I feel like this is like a D&D group introducing their characters and like why they are here, why they were chosen for this group, whatever. It makes no sense. The only thing that makes sense so far, talking wise, is Firestorm saying that, okay, yep, I'm gonna follow Black Adam into battle now because that makes sense. It hasn't been officially announced. It hasn't been officially announced that Black Adam is part of the Justice League now. So yeah, now that they're showing up and Black Adam is saying, "Hey, follow me," that's weird. No one knows that he's part of the Justice League, so it is kind of weird. But seeing that Synmar is such a threat, Firestorm was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna do this right now. I'm gonna roll with it." But this is weird. So that's the only thing that makes sense. Batman is trying to convince Superman to use the projector, but he is like going towards the projector. He's not waiting for approval. He's just saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna go do it." So he kind of gets some lenience with his whole talking and stuff at the moment because he's not actually in battle. He's on his way to pick something up. Then we get more people from the United Order trying to introduce themselves. We got the Dominator, the Divine Q. Dominator even goes into like the whole, "I don't have my own personal identification. My people don't see that. Like, we don't need to know that right now. We're in the middle of a battle." And then we get Batman. Batman shows up with the projector, and like all this buildup of, "No, we don't need that. That's a last resort." You think it's going to be this huge thing. It's just the Phantom Zone projector or whatever. And that was just so underwhelming. Like, it just, as soon as I read it, I was like, that's it. That's not a big deal. But Superman finds it a huge deal. It gets used. Synmar gets caught up in the Phantom Zone, and he's not able to escape. Great. Superman does show up in the Phantom Zone. Like, he projects himself in there, but he's not physically in there. And he leaves Synmar with a few words, basically saying, "You had all this power. You had all this history behind you. Your name is your planet's name. You had all this behind you, and this is how you used it. This is how you wasted it. And hopefully you take your time here in the Phantom Zone to reflect on your actions, and hopefully you see the wrongness of your ways." I don't know how else to put that. And Synmar attacks the projection. Obviously doesn't hit anything. And that's it. Oh yeah, and Superman says, "I'm gonna tell your people where you are so they know and they can figure out what to do with you." And then he goes back, and he kind of just everyone's kind of happy that the battle is over, the battle is won. But then the tension between Batman and Superman is definitely tangible. And even Flash is like, "You know what? I'm just gonna grab this projector and I'm gonna take it back." He speeds away. He's like, "I'm out of here." But Superman's just not happy about it, and Batman is not backing down. He's like, "I did the right thing. That was the correct choice." Hawk Girl says, "Yep, that's true. Like, he was going to take over the world." Every other hero is saying that was the only solution, and Aquaman seems to be the only one to understand Superman's point of view slightly. He does agree with Batman, but Aquaman brings up the fact that who are we to decide who gets to go to the Phantom Zone or not? But again, Synmar was going to take over the world. He was not going to be a benevolent ruler. He was there to destroy and to pretty much just destroy Superman's legacy. So they did the right thing. But for some reason, I don't know why, Brian Michael Bendis wanted this to happen. Superman is not happy about that. And then once you think everything, whatever, they've talked about it, they're about to go and rebuild. The United Order tells Superman to give them the projector, and he's like, "No, that was a gift, so I don't want to do that." And they're like, "No, you're not understanding. We are demanding you give us the projector." The United Order, the United Planets gives them the authority to demand anything that they want from whatever planet. And then this was a really good scene. This is a positive for this issue. We see the whole Justice League behind Superman's back, and Black Canary says, "Oh, do you demand this?" And it's kind of a threatening pose of, take it if you want it, take it. But that's all we see from that. We're probably gonna get more in the next issue. I do not care enough to find out that the conclusion to that little talk, but this is the conclusion to this Synmar escaping and attacking Superman storyline. So I think it's a good place to end it. And just to summarize it one final time, 2 out of 5. The only positive of this issue that I could find was, again, that scene with the Justice League being united against the United Order, and it's the end of the storyline. The art, not my favorite. I don't discount points with art if that's like the only thing I found against it, but because there's so many other things, the art just didn't help. So art, Superman's reaction to the Phantom Zone projector being used, that made no sense. The one-sided battle, Synmar was just constantly winning. Like, there was like that. You're just basically saying that this is a threat that does exist, and then if for some reason somehow Synmar ever escapes, then he will be overpowered, and he should be able to take over anything because the Justice League as a whole was not able to even stop him without sending him somewhere else. So that one-sided battleness, it didn't make sense. Synmar has been stopped before without the projector. How come he was stopped? How come he could not be stopped here? And finally, there was just too much talking, way too much talking in the middle of this one-sided battle. These people are like, "Oh, let me introduce myself. We just showed up in the middle of this battle. Let me tell you why I'm here." Like, this is not the moment. And I did not like that. But that's it. Justice League 67 is the final Justice League book that I get, at least in this run. It does have the back story of the Justice League Dark. I don't care enough to review that. So I mean, it was a quick story, nothing too grand. So that's it. 2 out of 5, Justice League 67. Thank you for joining me again. If you made it this far, make sure you subscribe, share this with your friends, and if you have any comments, tips, things you think I should change, if you like or don't like the quick summaries at the beginning, let me know and we can discuss it. And if you truly think that I should continue reading Justice League and continue giving it a chance, I will say I have given it a chance for like the last 10 issues. So please try to convince me. I definitely would love to hear another side of it. But other than that, thank you for watching and thank you for listening.